Hello students, let's begin our module 4 of chapter number 2, People as Resource. So far, we have studied the importance of people as resource, the formation of human capital with the help of investment in education, training and healthcare, and also we have learned about various types of economic sectors like primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector, and types of economic activities which include the market activities and non-market activities. We have also studied the differences that a men and women have in the job sector. Now we are going to study about the quality of population. The quality of population depends upon the literacy rate, health of a person indicated by life expectancy and skill formation acquired by the people of a country. एक कंट्री की पॉपुलेशन की क्वालिटी कैसी है ये किस पे डिपेंड करती है? लिटरेसी रेट, मतलब कितने लोग वहाँ पे पढ़ लिख सकते हैं, हेल्दी हैं या नहीं. लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी मतलब एवरेज एज कितनी है. Quality of population ultimately decides the growth rate of country. Literate and healthy population are an asset. Asset means they are useful for the country. Now first we are going to understand the importance of education and what are the various measures taken by our government to improve the education in India. Shakal's education in the initial year of his life bore him the fruits in the later years in terms of good job and salary. हमने शाकल का पढ़ा था कि किस तरह से शाकल, क्योंकि उसके फैमिली ने उसकी एजुकेशन पर इन्वेस्ट किया था, इस वजह से लेटर इन हिज ईयर्स उसको अच्छी सैलरी मिली. इट ओपन्स न्यू हॉरिजन्स फॉर हिम, प्रोवाइडेड न्यू एस्पिरेशन एंड डेवलप्ड वैल्यूज फॉर लाइफ. Not only for Shakal, education contributes towards the growth of society also. It enhances the national income, cultural richness and increases the efficiency of the governance. क्योंकि अगर जो country की national income अच्छी होगी, that means the income is good, which will help the government to take various measures for the development of the country. There is a provision made for providing universal access, retention and quality in elementary education with a special emphasis on girls. गवर्नमेंट सबसे ज़्यादा फोकस किस पे करती है कि जो उनकी पॉपुलेशन है वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लिटरेट हो. सो देयरफॉर हमारी भी गवर्नमेंट ने काफ़ी सारे मेजर्स लिए हैं so that they can improve the education. There is also an establishment of pace setting of schools like Navodaya Vidyalaya in each district. गवर्नमेंट ने हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में नवोदय विद्यालय जो कि गवर्नमेंट एडेड स्कूल्स हैं वो खोले हुए हैं और काफ़ी सारी वोकेशनल स्कीम्स भी डेवलप करी हैं लार्ज नंबर में, सो दैट हाई स्कूल के बाद जो लोग काम करना चाहते हैं और किसी स्पेसिफिक ऑक्यूपेशन में जा सकते हैं उनकी हेल्प हो सके. The planned outlay in education has increased from rupees 151 crore in the first plan to rupees 3,766.90 crores in the 11th year plan. So this is basically telling us about how much the government have actually spent on the education and to improve the education sector of our country. So these are the normal budgetary details. Documents of Union State Governments, Reserve Bank of India, the expenditure on education as a percentage of GDP has declined to 2.7 in the recent years. The literacy rate has increased from 18% in 1951 to 74% in 2010 and 11, which means that it is a good growth. ये दिखाता है कि हमारी गवर्नमेंट जो एजुकेशन में स्पेंड करती है, एक्सपेंडिचर होता है पूरा, तो दैट इज़ फ्रूटफुल फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस. Literacy is not a right, it is also needed if the citizens are to perform their duties and enjoy their rights properly. अगर हम पढ़े लिखे होंगे तो हमें अपनी सोसाइटी को और अपनी इकोनॉमी दोनों की ही ग्रोथ में बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प मिलेगी. बट ओवरऑल जब हम देखते हैं, कंपैरिजन करते हैं मेल और फीमेल में एंड डिफरेंट रीजन्स में, तो हमें वेरिएशन मिलती है लिटरेसी में. फॉर एग्जांपल In 2011, literacy rate varied from 94% in Kerala to 62% in Bihar. This means that the most literate state of our country is Kerala. The primary school system has expanded over 8.41 lakh in 2015-16. Unfortunately, this huge expansion of school has been diluted by poor quality of schooling and high dropouts rate. Government एक्सपेंडिचर तो बहुत करती है लेकिन बहुत ही कम ऐसे बच्चे होते हैं स्पेशली इन द रूरल एरियाज जो कि पूरी एजुकेशन को कंटिन्यू करते हैं दे ड्रॉप आउट बिकॉज दे हैव टू अर्न फॉर देयर फैमिली सर्व शिक्षा अभियान very important is a significant step towards providing elementary education to all the children in the age group of 16 to 14 years. Elementary education means basic education. 16 to 14 years तक क्या किया था free and compulsory. By 2010 it is a time bound initiative of central government in partnership with states, the local government and the community for achieving the goal of universalization of elementary education. इसके अलावा ब्रिज कोर्सेज एंड बैक टू बैक स्कूल कैंपस भी इनिशिएट करे हैं गवर्नमेंट ने ताकि वो एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन को और ज़्यादा इफेक्टिव बना सके एंड वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टेंट स्कीम स्टैब्लिश्ड बाय गवर्नमेंट वाज द मिड डे मील स्कीम which was implemented to encourage attendance and retention of children and improve their nutrition status. मिड डे मील में क्या होता था कि स्पेशली रूरल एरियाज में दे यूज टू प्रोवाइड अ मील इफ़ यू आर कमिंग टू स्कूल देन यू विल प्रोवाइड द लंच तो क्योंकि रूरल एरियाज में इतने रिसोर्सेज नहीं होते हैं तो इस वजह से काफ़ी सारे बच्चे स्कूल आ जाते थे सो दैट दे विल गेट अ मील इन द स्कूल. These policies added to the literate population of India. Then further we see that how our gross enrollment ratio means the people who are enrolled in some of the or the other courses in higher education in the age group of 18 to 23. So here the government has also adopted strategies for increasing access quality, adoption of state specific curriculum, modification and vocationalization and networking on the use of information and technology. ये सब यूज़ करके गवर्नमेंट ने ट्राई किया है ताकि जो हमारी हायर एजुकेशन है वो भी बहुत अच्छी हो सके. The government also focuses on distant education, convergence of formal, non-formal, distant and IT education institutions ताकि हर कोने में हमारी कंट्री के कोई भी हो उसको एजुकेशन मिल सके. इसलिए हम देखते हैं कि डिजिटलाइजेशन भी हुआ है एजुकेशन का. ओवर द पास्ट 50 years देयर have been significant growth in the number of university and institution of higher learning in specific areas. इसलिए हम देखते हैं कि हमेशा कहीं ना कहीं न्यू कॉलेजेस न्यू यूनिवर्सिटीज़ establish होते रहते हैं because the government want to improve their literacy rate which will eventually improve the quality of the population. Another important part of the quality of population is health. Firm maximize profit. Do you think any firm would be induced to employ people who might not work efficiently as healthy workers because of ill health? The health of a person helps him to realize his or her potential and the ability to fight illness. He or she will not be able to maximize his or her output to the overall growth of the organization. तो हम देखते हैं कभी भी कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में या कोई भी वर्क प्लेस पे कोई भी जो एम्प्लॉयर है वो ये नहीं चाहेगा कि उसके जो एम्प्लॉय है वो क्या हो सिक हो या हेल्दी नहीं हो. अगर हेल्थ इश्यूज फेस होंगे तो सीधा सीधा किस पे असर पड़ेगा on the efficiency of a person. That's why health is very important. Improvement in the health status of population has been the priority of the country. Our national policy too aims at improving the accessibility of healthcare, family welfare and nutritional services with a special focus on the underprivileged segment of the population. Over the last 5 decades, which means 50 ईयर्स से इंडिया ने अपना हेल्थ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को बहुत ही अच्छे से डेवलप किया है, and it has developed the manpower required at primary, secondary and tertiary sectors in government as well in the private sectors. तो अगर हमारा हेल्थ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अच्छा होगा तो फिर इससे क्या होगा, जो हमारी मैन पावर है, जो हमारी वर्किंग पॉपुलेशन है सारे सेक्टर्स में, वो भी बहुत ही अच्छे से काम करेगी, एफिशिएंटली काम करेगी, विच विल further contribute to the growth of our country's economy. There are many places in India which do not have even basic facilities. There are only 381 medical colleges in the country and 301 dental colleges. Just 4 states like Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu have maximum number of colleges. So this basically indicates that still somewhere our country is lacking in our health infrastructure. In our next module, we will be learning about the unemployment